Welcome back to D.O.T. University. I'm Ryan, the D.O.T. guy. Today we're bringing you a video of What the Truck Wednesday. This one is Luke's idea. This is going to be tragic tires. What we've done is we've gone through and I think put 5 different pictures together and I'm going to open them up. I did see them real briefly. I have not prepared anything to say about those, so we're just going to look at them, see what I can come up with off the cuff when talking about them. The only reason I saw them is because Luke didn't animate the series of pictures, so I just went through and did a real quick animation on them, so I kind of cheated just a little bit. But hey, before we get started, just a couple quick things. If you need some DOT compliance assistance, my company, Front Range Compliance Services, is there for you. You can go to our website at www.frontrangecompliance.com. You can find the information about us as well as reach out to contact us through that website. Additionally, we have an email here on the bottom of the screen. Please feel free to email us. That goes directly to Luke and then he'll forward it to the correct person within the company. Sometimes they come to me, other times we send them to our account managers. But we will be there if you do need a little bit of compliance help. Also, one more thing, DOTuniversity.org is live. Right now we've got one class on it. We are trying to get some others in there. We're getting a lot of requests, people wanting us to get some additional trainings. We're working on them. It's just we're a small team and don't really know what the hell we're doing. So we're trying to go for it. Our trainings though, we're getting some really exemplary remarks, some comments back. What people like about them is they don't feel like they're just sitting in a typical web training. They feel like they're actually in a class with us. Because we try to make the video, the training exactly like it would be if you were sitting in my class. I talk about the same topics. I bring out the same real life stories from the Highway Patrol back when I was a state trooper, and I try to tie all the content together. Now remember, right now you can get 25% off the class if you use FRCS 25. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this first picture. So what I'm looking at, I've got a rock wedged between the duals of this semi-truck. Now this is one of the things that I teach when I go out and I'm dealing with drivers. I'm teaching pre-trip, post-trip. One of the things that I really tell and I really stress with a lot of drivers is no matter what, always be looking. When you're walking around that truck, you see something like this one's going to cause you some hate and discontent. You're probably going to have to go out and try to find a bar or something to get this rock out of there. If you can't get it wedged out, your maintenance technician is going to have to probably pull that tire. But if you take off, if your driver takes off, goes down the road with this thing in there, there's going to be a tragedy. The rock's going to get flung, come through the back of the cab, hit that driver. It's going to get flung, go through, flying, hurtling through the air. And imagine what's going to happen when that rock comes flying down out in the middle of nowhere, takes out a motorcycle, goes through a car windshield. Who knows? It's going to cause some real havoc. So again, make sure always be looking. Train your drivers all the time. When they get out of the truck, whether they're getting their breakfast burrito, whether they're hitting the restrooms, whether they're grabbing their soda or their caffeinated beverages, train those drivers to always be looking. Teach them to walk up one side. When they come back to the vehicle, walk down the other side. Always be looking at the tires. Look for crazy stuff that's going on. So it's a great picture. Again, that probably cost somebody a little bit of a headache one afternoon. This next picture we're looking at, it looks like it's probably an end dump or something, I'm going to guess to say on that. The outside dual completely shredded. So these trucks, they go through tons of abuse. Number one, with what they're carrying. Secondly, those tires just get absolutely chewed up. Now this looks like it could have been a culprit of, in their tire match program, they put a newer tire on the inside and kept an older tire on there. Remember, with your maintenance program, when you're going through and you want to make sure that you're doing tire match. So if you've got a half-life tire, you're throwing a half-life tire right next to it. Now maybe that's some of the issue, that outside dual had to, was already all chewed up and now it's even more. That could not be, it doesn't look like that inside tire is overly chewed up. So it may just be that this tire just got some pretty severe abuse, whatever it was going through. But regardless, the tire has got to get pulled out. Both of these pictures on this page are both DOT out of service violations, meaning if a state trooper who is certified to do inspections, a roadside enforcement official, a port of entry officer, or even a fed happens to get you pulled over and they see either of these conditions, they're going to put you out of service. Now, one thing to note when it comes to the North American Standard out of service criteria, on the dual set being bald, If it was just bald, it wouldn't be considered an out-of-service condition. Now, that doesn't mean you should just allow it to go because it's not out of service. It's still in violation. It's just that the DOT isn't going to be able to put that vehicle, this one with the tire tread missing in the center section, they're not going to be able to put it out of service unless they can see the internal workings of the tire. That means if they can see the belt, the cord, the braid, something that's on the inside other than the tire tread itself being smooth, then it wouldn't be an out of service. This one, however, we're clear past that. We're into the braid, the nylon, everything is exposed. That tire is shot. This vehicle will get placed out of service, as will the rock between the tires. So most definitely needing some tire work here on both of these situations. All right, these next 6 pictures. This first picture, that has got to be somebody superimposing, photoshopping a tire. All I can say is super single with a natural speed bump. Like I said, overall, at a glance, I know this picture. I've seen this one before. It's floated across the internet. Picked it up. I think we probably saw it on, I don't know, one of the Facebook pages of, trucker funny pictures and stuff like that. Anyways, if that is in fact a bulge of a super single that has went and done what it has done, that's just absolutely insane. So someone grabbed a great picture. If somebody superimposed that, which, I mean, the treads all look stretched out. They did a pretty good job. Either way, hey, if you know who took this picture, if it was you, make sure you comment on this video. Let us know. We'd like to talk to you about it. Maybe even interview you, see what happened with that dang tire. Overall, again, that tire is way out of service. It can't even be used, which is one of the reasons why I think it's probably fake. I can't imagine that lasting to the extent that it is blown up. But pretty funny picture. Good job, Luke. That one definitely is a little bit shocking. Let's see what then we got for the next one. Okay, this picture, it's an older one. It's an oldie but a goodie, so to speak. This one, again, this was found, I actually found this picture, and it's in our little trove of pictures. I found it years ago. It wasn't one of mine, not something that I found. But what somebody had done is they were low on tire tread, so they took a bunch of flip-flops and either stapled them, glued them, they did whatever they did to this tire to attach them around the outside. We've got the flip-flop tire. Yeah, overall, again, totally an out of service. But that being said, in my years of experience working with DOT and with maintenance programs, I will tell you this, people and maintenance programs, they go to great lengths to try to get around some of these rules, to try not to do as much maintenance. It really wouldn't surprise me if a roadside inspector did in fact come across something like this. I've seen some pretty crazy stuff. Additionally, on this tire, I do see a cut in that sidewall. Now remember, cuts in those sidewalls, again, they're going to be a tragic cut as soon as it exposes the internal workings of the tire. If you can see any of the ply, the belt, the material other than just the rubber, then that tire will be shut down, put out of service, which right down here at the very bottom of the rim, you can see it's got a pretty good cut in it. Without even opening it, I can almost guarantee you that that cut is going to take us out. All right. The last set of pictures that we're going to be looking at today here. Is that a Porsche? I think that's a Porsche. Maybe it's a Ferrari. I don't know. I don't really know my foreign cars. Looks like we got a railroad stake that this guy picked up, went through the tire and completely through the rim right there. Yeah, ouch. That hurts. So I guess a couple topics that we can talk about with that. Number one, cargo securement. Remember, if you're carrying debris, you're carrying something in your truck, you have got, to secure anything and everything. If it's on and upon that vehicle, it has got to be secured. Your fenders, they have to be bolted down. If they're loose, your bumper's loose, license plate loose, that gets written up as a frame violation. Cargo, as the officer walks around, or as your drivers walk around, anything they touch, they lift, they can pull. Anything that was slide off of a flatbed, rocks, debris, railroad spikes, they all have to be secure. In this one, somebody lost a railroad spike, it looks like, in the roadway. Don't know if that was on a truck, don't really know where it came from, but I will tell you this, it's going to cost this guy probably some big bucks to get that rim replaced on that foreign car, whatever it is. So with that, thanks for watching us for this quick What the Truck Wednesday. We'll catch you on the next round. Have a great one. And remember, if you need any help, reach out to us and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Have a great one.